really nice. And that was it. He texted me the next day saying that our date felt like he died and went to heaven. And that he really liked me and he was so happy.
Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And in this video, we're going to be talking about being disappointed with dating.
Yet again, another day where we're talking about the grievances of modern dating.
It really has changed so much in the last, I don't know, I guess about 15 years, you know, with these dating apps. That really changed a lot, where people didn't feel the need to approach so much in public anymore or try and meet people in the real world. It's a lot easier to approach somebody online where you don't feel rejected. And so I think a lot of people are looking for the easy way of connecting with someone without feeling that risk of rejection in person.
Right? And everybody has this illusion that they have so many options out there. And with that, can be very damaging. Because if you think that you have an out anytime your partner or date, you know, makes you uncomfortable or you have a conflict, then it's going to make conflict a lot harder to work through.
Yeah. And I think that people kind of fantasize that they can get anybody now because there's access to their social media account. Oh, I can date whatever famous actress and they're going to be interested because I can message them now and wind up in their DMs or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really interesting. You know, I follow this one woman where these guys are publicly, I've sent you some of these videos. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Where these guys are bashing these very famous, beautiful celebrities. And then you look at them and you're like, not even on her worst day would she ever consider you. What are you thinking? And they're like, oh, she's so mid. It'll be like Kate Upton. And they'll be like, oh, she's so mid. She's so, she got fat. Natalie Portman, oh no. God, I can't stand her. It's like, meanwhile, these dudes are like completely overweight, out of shape, not taking care of themselves in any way, shape, or form. And it's like, what makes you think you have a shot with this person? It's just so interesting to me that people don't recognize themselves in the equation, you know? I had a friend, I remember years ago, I'd be like, I don't know, I might say, oh man, Adriana Lima, she's so beautiful. And he'd be like, she's not my type. And I'd be like, I've seen the people you've dated, buddy. And they don't look anything like Adriana Lima.
I think we can get this illusion, yes, because now people seem more accessible in some way, but also just we feel like we have access to so many other options. And I know that could be something that really gets to our heads and can make you show up in relationships in almost this kind of entitled or maybe like careless type of way.
Yeah.
And I think that could also be really damaging. But I think also at the core of it, so many of us, because of how things have been, are frustrated with dating and are really lonely. I think at the core of it, we all want love. We all want to be loved and we want to be known and seen. And that can be something that's really scary. I think our phone, social media can be a way to really detach from people, even though it feels like it's a way to connect with people.
Yeah, it's like a false sense of connection. I really don't like how much of dating advice has become so polarized, of men against women, women against men. Huh?
I said, you know my opinion on this.
Share it.
I just think it's insane to generalize 50% of the population.
Yep.
You know, we're talking about two huge groups of people, and there are more differences between men amongst themselves and between women amongst themselves than there are between your average man and woman.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we have these kind of polarizing thoughts and our algorithms are feeding us certain types of information that get us riled up and start skewing our opinions in one way. I think we really just have to listen to each other better and really understand each other's experiences, what we've actually lived through.
Yeah, I don't like the whole, you know, putting men against women, women against men, bashing particular people. I think it's just going to lead to a lot more loneliness. We pick apart specific examples of specific people, men and women, and what they're doing that, you know, we may agree or disagree on or want to hear different opinions about it. Because sometimes it's not somebody's right, somebody's wrong. There's an opinion to it. So, you know, the frustration with dating out there seems to be incredible these days, that people are just exhausted by it. So I think it's interesting to talk about, and we got a little video we want to share.
Let's see.
I'm so sick of dating. This just in, because it just happened. Met this guy in Hinge, like, almost a month ago. I'm so tired of I'm so disappointed by men videos. Like, I wish I had more to say about that, but these are my true experiences. So this guy messaged me on Hinge and he's like, oh my God, I love your energy. Like, I need your energy. So of course I'm intrigued when someone is attracted to my energy. So I look at his page and it's like photos of him and his kids. Same day we connect on Hinge, we talk that night on FaceTime. He began to tell me how he had gotten out of a divorce a little under a year ago.
Okay, let's pause it right there. Just got out of a divorce under a year ago. So, people coming out of a divorce are like a bit of a roller coaster. Got to be careful. And she's only been talking to this guy for less than a month.
Yeah.
So let's see what kind of drama unfolded here.
Which was a red flag for me, and that he had 2 kids, 2 very young kids. Shares custody with his ex. It was a lot of information. I was really overwhelmed with the conversation. I decided I wasn't going to meet up with him, that it was just too much baggage for me. But he was persistent, and his tenacity in trying to take me out started to become attractive. So we wind up going on a date. He lives about an hour away from me, and he drove all the way here to take me out for dinner. We had a really nice conversation. Attractive guy, said all the right things, even went as far as saying that he was inspired by the content that I posted on Instagram.
Okay, hold on. This feels like a guy that is trying to hook up.
I 100% agree.
I'm inspired by your Instagram content. Could you imagine being in a relationship with somebody for like, let's just say 2 years and then being like, I'm really inspired by your Instagram content.
I mean, it would make sense. I don't know what kind of content she makes, but it would make sense if it was art, poetry. But I don't know what her Instagram looks like. But if
Yeah.
you're posting bikini pics and somebody says, I'm inspired, I don't know. I don't know what that might mean.
Maybe it's about dating. I actually don't know either.
Yeah.
And so it's bashing men on dating. I'm so inspired by it.
You describe me so well in your videos when you bash
It's
men.
perfect, and you don't even realize it yet. Yeah, but come on. I'm inspired by you and your energy and your Instagram posts of making things that look like cake or whatever, making
And what's
furniture out of.
concerning to me is she had already decided that she didn't want to pursue this because of it being too much baggage,
Yeah.
which was her personal decision. He provided her with that information up front, yay for being up front, but she had already said in her head, this is maybe not something that I'm interested in. And she said that she was then convinced over because of his tenacity. He kept pursuing her, and then he made the drive out to come see her.
Yep.
We can see that amount of effort, but yes, once again, this is not somebody that you've met. And that's kind of what we were talking about with online. You get this illusion that you know what this other person is about and who they are, but you really don't. And somebody putting in that much effort doesn't necessarily mean that they really are into you when they haven't met you, when they don't know you.
Sure, especially when they've been talking for under a month, right?
Yeah, so be careful. Be careful out there, guys.
Let's see what happened.
Instagram, that he was inspired by me, by my story, and I really liked that. We go on our second date, even better than the first one. The deep conversation, him telling me how refreshing it is to be with a woman that he can be vulnerable around. He started to really, really open up to me on this.
It's a second date. It's just a second date. I'm sorry, but you're not going to know somebody and they can tell you anything on the second date.
Yeah. You have to be willing to really listen to the important things that somebody's telling you and somebody has told you. He's given you some pretty big information here, just coming out of the divorce. That could be indicative of where you might be emotionally, and that's something that you got to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Second date. We go on a third date. We go on a fourth date. Fifth date, I wind up going to his house. He does work in a hospital, so he works crazy hours, and with the custody of his 2 kids, he also is very busy with them as well. So he doesn't have a lot of time.
Could this be a successful doctor that she's interested in? I don't know. She said he works in a hospital. Just makes me wonder.
Who do you think it is? Dr. Phil? No.
Oh, I said successful.
Were you referring to somebody?
No. I'm just thinking, oh, she's attracted to a successful doctor.
Oh, I see
And
what you're
that's why
saying.
she's being more likely to say,
More
I'll go on the
interested.
date.
I see what you're saying.
yeah.
Okay. You lost me there. I don't know who we're talking about.
By the way, Margaret did not like Dr. Phil. And that's putting it nicely.
She thought he was exploitative, so I can see that. All right.
I'm in between to date. This last date we went on, I knew he was tired from a really long shift that day and his kids. He was able to get a babysitter. And I told him, we don't have to go out tonight. I'll come over, we'll relax, we'll order in, that's it. Another lovely night, sitting by his fire, really great conversation. We start to get a little intimate and we end off the night really nice. And that was it. He texted me the next day saying that our date felt like he died and went to heaven. And that he really liked me and he was so happy.
There we have it.
There we have it. There we have it.
There we have it.
There we have it.
Yeah. Which is why we say you got to be careful.
Yeah, I'm glad she was able to recognize that. You know, when you're seeing secure attachment in somebody else, you're seeing they're able to trust slowly, gradually. They are wanting to get to know you. They don't go all in from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. And while we do love to see, you know, somebody putting an effort and, you know, making the drive to come see you and doing all of those things, I could see that the meaning she's putting behind that is he loves me. He sees me. He loves my energy. He sees who I am.
He's inspired by my Instagram posts.
I don't know what her posts are.
I don't
I'm sorry
either.
if my bikini.
Yeah, maybe it is
maybe it's
inspiring.
not.
Maybe
I
she
don't
like
know.
goes to children's hospitals and helps kids, and I'm like, oh, we're me. But I really know nothing about
This
her.
is a blind react.
Yeah. Okay. So
But, you know, I could see that the meaning she's making out of some of the things he's saying and doing might be more than they actually are. And you really have to be able to temper your expectations with online dating. Because once again, this is an illusion of a lot of options.
Yep.
Not everybody you meet online is really going to be for you. Not everybody you meet online is going to be honest.
heck,
Not
half of them
everybody-
probably won't even look like their picture.
Yeah.
I hear so many complaints about them not even looking like their picture anymore.
People lying about their names, their age.
Yeah.
You know, just because you have access to someone's
Their marital
profile,
status.
yeah, you don't really know who somebody is. So it really does take time. And I know at this point it's been 5 dates. She's building the trust, right? But it sounds like there might have been something in the beginning that she's ignored to get her up to this point. Once we start going down that slippery slope of, oh, well,
So what
this
happened?
and that, and all right, let's see.
Let's see what happened. What do you guys think?
He continued to love bomb me. He's never been good with texting and communicating because of his schedule. Not an excuse. But I was looking forward to hanging out with him tonight. I hadn't heard from him all day and I said, hey, did everything go okay with the babysitter? And he just responded, no, I wasn't able to get one. So I'm fed up with the communication and only being able to see.
Okay, we got the screenshots
Okay.
here. Just get into the car from the beach. I wasn't able to get anyone. She's saying that she likes him and she wants more communication and hangouts. Okay, now it's been 5 dates at this point. You know, she's wanting more connection, especially when I'm getting to know someone. They've been intimate, which is a really big deal for her. She's making that clear. And she's saying that she's upset that she hasn't heard from him at all during the week. She's kind of letting him hear some of her concerns.
Yep.
This is what I
Okay.
said. I was honest with him. You can screenshot it. But I basically told him I deserve better. Take your time to read his response, but he's basically saying, I'm now realizing I'm not in the best position to get to know someone.
Ooh.
He didn't know that when they first started talking.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to read that?
Yeah, I do. I'm all in on these I love screenshots, man. Man, when I'm on a call with somebody and they're like, I have the screenshots, let me send them to you in the chat. There's like something really happy that happens inside of me.
Yeah, I do too. I'm like, you have the screenshots, and a lot of times they're like, yes. Or sometimes they're like, I deleted them, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to see them.
And the reason is because we can really start to analyze. We see what happens, right? We're not just hearing your narration. 'Cause sometimes some of you guys are not trusty narrators, all right? So we get to really see what's going on and see for ourselves. So he replied with, I agree with you 100%. I was hoping my mom was going to come through. Let's see. I think you deserve better than what I have to offer. I think you're great. It breaks my heart that I'm hurting your feelings. And, you know, it sounds like basically he's,
I'm sorry.
yeah, ending it.
So that's the end of it, right? That's all we got. Okay, so we can see why she's frustrated and fed up. However, I do think he was love bombing. I think he was trying to hook up. I think he was coming on strong because he was trying to hook up. I think that was his intent from the get-go. Because if it wasn't, then why is he giving up so easily? He wasn't giving up so easily before. Now he's giving up easily after he got what he wanted, I think.
And I wish he would give a little bit more clarity. Him just saying that he realizes that he's not in the place at this point, 5 dates in, after it sounds like they've already had been talking for a month prior to that. You know, you'd think that this person has an understanding of where they are. Granted, after a divorce, people's emotions can be everywhere. One minute you can feel like you're ready to jump back into the dating world. Another minute you might feel like completely devastated and not ready at all. But I wonder how genuine he's being with that message.
Well, there's not a lot to it. It's kind of a half apology, you know. I'm now realizing I'm not in the best position to get into what does that say? To get to know someone?
Yeah.
So there's text over it, so it's a little hard for me to see.
I think you deserve better than what I have to offer.
Yeah,
right now.
he's like, he knew what he had to offer ahead of time. He knew what he was offering ahead of time.
Yeah.
And now she's asking for a little bit more than what he was ready to offer after he got what he wanted. I think that's what happened here.
Yeah, and I think this is hard. You know, when you're going through a breakup, when you're, fresh out of a divorce, it's important to communicate that to people. It sounds like he tried to be upfront in the beginning, but I don't think he was very honest about all of his intentions here, or as honest as he could be. The love bomminess, the excitement, and everything that he had been telling her is not consistent with this.
This is I'm sorry. This is such a lazy excuse here. I think you're great, and it breaks my heart that I'm hurting your feelings. Does it? Does it really break your heart? I don't think so. Because if it was really breaking your heart, you'd be putting more effort in. You'd be like, I'm so sorry that I couldn't deal with it, or couldn't get the sitter tonight. I am really frustrated with the situation. I really did want to see you. I would like to try and make it up to you. Something with more of an effort. If it really was going to break your heart, would you really just let it go this quickly?
I hope he wouldn't wait a week to ghost her and then say this once she kind of brings up her concerns.
And then she'll see him on the dating app a week from now, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, I thought you were in a position to date someone. Oh, that was 6 days ago.
I'm in a different position now.
Yeah, it's Monday and, a fresh new week. So,
Oh, man.
yeah, I could see why she's frustrated and upset here. I think she kind of knew she was being love bombed. I think she saw some red flags and ignored it to give him a shot. Maybe because he was a doctor. I don't know. Would be my guess.
I think the lesson here is really take things slow.
This is
really...
Dr. Doolittle.
Dr. Doolittle.
Because he does little.
That was a good one. That was a good one. We'll give you that. But really keep your eyes and ears open here and be aware of the love bomminess that can happen in the beginning. When you're meeting somebody online, you don't truly know someone, right? And I know we're talking about online dating versus meeting somebody organically. I think the point here is to really take your time. And unfortunately, you can take your time. I know it was 5 dates in, and it seemed like she was trying to be cautious here, and you could still be disappointed. So I think that's the harsh reality of dating. Be as honest as you can with people. One thing that I'm really glad that she did was she was able to vocalize, hey, I require more communication. So I would rather her be upfront about her experience in this and let him know that, rather than being that person to shy away from the things that she needs, because I think ultimately this experience is going to help her discern better in the future, is my hope.
And listen, everybody can live their life how they choose, and you can be intimate with whoever you want. But don't think that there aren't consequences from that. In other words, in a lot of different ways, like in this sense, a guy who may have gotten what he wanted, and now all of a sudden he's like, nah, I'm not so interested in it anymore. That does happen with a lot of people. Okay? So that's a consequence that we face, is that pain and hurt, and then having to live with knowing that you were intimate with somebody when it may have been a little bit uncomfortable, that you didn't really want to be intimate yet. And you're like, well, they seem to really like me. They seem really invested, so I'll give it a shot. Then afterwards, you may feel cheap. You may feel guilty. You may feel used.
And it's hard because somebody can keep up that act for a long time. I know
That's
there's
true.
many women who have like certain rules and things, and people out there, they're schemy. People out there, they're going to do things for their own selfish incentives and motives. That's something that's, really difficult. So,
Including coming on strong.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
yep. Keep your eyes and ears open. Yes, the slower you take things in the beginning, the more you can kind of allow time to let those things come out before you make a decision to get closer to that person. I think that's something that's important. I think the lesson here really is use your discernment. Dating world out there can be harsh, but be direct with people, be open and honest with people.
And take it slow.
Take it slow.
All right. What do you think? Leave a comment. Share your thoughts. Share your opinion. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? What parts of what we had to say do you agree with or disagree with? If you want to get our help personally, you can do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Zoom calls. Coach Victoria is also available for Zoom calls.
I'm here whenever you'd like to chat.
Just click on her name at the top of the website to schedule with her. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth,
And I'm Coach Victoria.
and we will talk with you soon.